Hello, BookTube. Well, it's a bleak and barren Sunday when there are no books in the mail for Steve, no free stuff, and on top of that, I'm dealing with the coffee, snotty after effects of a brief head cold. So you'd think that I'd be miserable, but no. In the course of the week, at the advice of several of you, I siphoned out a couple of books from each day's mail delivery and put them into a pile on their own. So we actually have mail to go through today on a Sunday, and it ends in a box, which was the hardest thing in the world not to open. So let's see what we have here. I've been remiss on mail hauls in this channel. I've been remiss on videos just in general because I've been sick. The dogs have had a flare up of being bad, and I've also had company. So it's the triple witching hour. But we'll get back into the swing of things together. So what have we got here? Oh, okay, good. This is due in late March, and this is the finished copy of Three Stones Make a Wall by Eric Klein. It's a study of archaeology. And it isn't something that I read in the advanced copy, so I was very interested in this. Written by an archaeologist with more than 30 seasons of excavation experience, Three Stones Make a Wall traces the history of archaeology from an amateur pursuit to a cutting-edge science that it is today by taking the reader on a tour of major archaeological sites and discoveries from Pompeii to Petra, Troy to the Terracotta Warriors, Mycenae to Megiddo, and Masada. Okay. Great. It's from Princeton. It's a pretty thing. Nice and heavy. A good way to start. A good way to start the mail haul. Let's see what the next one is. And while I wasn't making videos, I got a lot of ideas for videos too, which is unusual for me. I usually don't deal in new ideas or inspirations of any kind. But a couple of things I think you're going to like. Oh, great. Oh, fantastic. All right. This comes out in early March. This is the finished copy of Eric Hinderaker's Boston's Massacre, which is just a new, incredibly detailed history of the Boston Massacre. That is an event I know well. so, so it'll be. And again, I have the advanced copy. I've never read it, so it'll be great to see what the author has to say. There hasn't been one a full study in 10 years, 15 years. Nothing's changed, of course, but I still, when I have a new visitor to town, I tend to bring them to the spot and show them it. Just because it's one of the thrills of living in Boston is that you've got actual spots of living important American history around every corner. What do we got here? Oh no! Oh no! It's this again. Okay, we actually saw this the last time. This is Say Nothing by Brad Parks. This is the second copy of Say Nothing by Brad Parks, with the Lee Child blurb on the cover. Outstanding. Starts with a bang and gets tenser and tenser. The more you think about that blurb, the less sense it makes. But that's true of a lot of what Lee Childs writes. All right, so that was a double. That's odd. Let's see what this next one is. Too many doubles will make Steve unhappy. Oh no. Okay, good. This is Agent 110, subtitled An American Spy Master in the German Resistance in World War II. This is by Scott Miller, who's a former correspondent for the Wall Street Journal. Let's see here, and it's probably Alan Foster Dulles. In November 1942, American spy master Alan Dulles slipped into Switzerland just before Nazi forces sealed the border. His mission to report on the inner workings of the Third Reich. Dulles was reluctant to help what looked like a lost cause. The Gestapo had penetrated in anti-Nazi rings, rounding up their members with ruthless efficiency. Brave attempts to stage a coup or blow Hitler's plane from the sky had failed. Dulles also knew there was little appetite in Washington for giving Germans underground what they coveted most, the assurance that Germany would be well treated after the war. Instead, Franklin Roosevelt would accept nothing less from Germany than unconditional surrender. And I read there was a book, I think it was earlier this year or late last year, on the plots against Hitler, called The Plots Against Hitler. It was really good. And this will cover a lot of the same ground. Great. Okay, well, it wouldn't be a mail haul without World War II history, would it? Although we've got Boston Massacre history in this one, too. That's a thing that tends to go unremarked. It's well known in publishing circles with publicists that I have a bottomless appetite for books on World War I and World War II, and the Kennedys. But I also know Boston history backwards and forwards and love reading about it. There's not as much of it anymore, but let's see what we have here. All right, this is not a finished copy. Oh boy, oh, this is turning out to be a very good haul for Steve's pet interests. This is Echoes of Valhalla, the afterlife of the Eddas and the Sagas. Oh, very nice. Let's see here. Tolkien's Wizard Gandalf, Wagner's Valkyrie, Marvel's superhero the Mighty Thor, the warrior heading for Valhalla in Led Zeppelin's Immigrant Song, and Donald Crisp's portrayal of Leif Erikson in the classic film The Vikings. These are just a few examples of how Icelandic medieval literature has shaped human imagination during the past 150 years. The blurb writer obviously did a quick Wikipedia search or a Google search that left out a very prominent example that is much more recent. I'm sure you all know the History Channel's The Vikings, their series The Vikings, which has shattered every ratings record they've ever held, and which is fantastic. Also, Marvel's Thor at the moment is a chemo patient, a contemporary woman, not the mythological character at all. Echoes of Valhalla is a unique look at modern adaptations of Icelandic Eddas across an astonishing breadth of art forms. He examines the comic work of Jack Kirby, the cartoon work of Peter Madsen, reads the plays of Ibsen, engages thought travelogues by Frederick Metcalf and Paul Vade, listens to the music of Wagner and Elgar, the metal band Manowar, and watches film by directors such as Roy William Neill and Richard Fleischer. Oh, come on. Vikings has got to be in this thing. Oh, but it's an advanced copy, so it won't have an index. Oh, no, it does have an index. I just refute. Justice League of America is in here. I don't know why. I bet I could figure it out if I tried really hard. But let's see. Let's go all the way to V and see if it's in here. Yes, it is. Okay, that's good. So it's in the book. It's just not in the publicity material. All right, so the Echoes of Valhalla. Very nice. This tiny little thing. Probably a slim volume of poetry. We have to suffer to get to the box. Oh, no, it's not. Oh, very good. Excellent. This comes out in July. This is by Edwidge Danticat, and it is The Art of Death. I requested this. It looks really good. In this book, it is at once a personal account of the author's mother dying from cancer and a deeply considered reckoning with the ways that other writers have approached death in their own work. The book moves outward from the shock of her mother's diagnosis and sifts through Danticat's writing life and personal history, all the while shifting fluidly from examples that range from Gabriel Garcia Marquez to Toni Morrison. The narrative, which continually circles the main incarnations of death from individual to large-scale catastrophes, culminates in a beautifully heart-rending prayer in the voice of Danticat's mother. Can't have been an easy book to write. We'll see what it's like to read. And then the last thing we've got is a box. It's light, so it might be just one little book. That's all right. Boxes are fun in their own right. Let's see what this is. Oh, very nice. Very nice. This is the finished copy of James Crawford's Fallen Glory. I don't know if we saw this on this channel. It is a gigantic history of vanished buildings, of lost masterpiece buildings, things that entered history and were iconic and famous and then were destroyed. And it's what's the list here? Is there a list? The Tower of Babel, the Temple of Jerusalem, the Library of Alexander, the Bastille, the Berlin Wall, the two towers of the World Trade Center, and of course you'll also get lots of famous Boston and New York examples as well. It's exhaustively researched, and I read the advanced copy and loved it. I will be very happy to. I will gladly read it again to absorb more of it. So we have there architectural history, the Echoes of Valhalla, about the afterlife of the Vikings, Agent 110, Say Nothing, a second copy, Boston's Massacre, the three stones make a wall, which so we've got architectural bookends here, and The Art of Death by Edwidge Danticat. Oh, the baby's waking up. So I have plenty on my hands to do, and we're back on track for mail hauls, even though it's a Sunday. So I'll see you soon, BookTube. I'm going to tend to the little one. Thank you.